Alex here. I just thought I would do a quick deck profile on what I've been really enjoying recently. Um, just gonna move a card around here so that it looks better. Alright, so, what is this deck, you ask? Well, it's Mist Valleys, kind of. I mean, most of the cards in the deck aren't Mist Valleys, as you'll see here. But I call it Mist Valleys because I'm using Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. Alright, so let me go through the monsters and the spells and the traps. That way we can talk about the deck a little bit more thoroughly. Alright. 1 Mist Valley Apex Avian, 3 Harpy's Dancer, 3 Mist Valley Falcon, 3 Grandmaster Hanzos, 2 Summoner Monks, 1 Planet Pathfinder, 2 Reborn Tengu, 2 Blast Fan, and 3 Gen X Ally Birdman. That winds up the monsters. Let's go on to the spells. 3 Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, and 3 Terraforming. Not over the top at all. 1 Reinforcements of the Army, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, said that in the wrong order, 1 Pot of Avarice, 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Ninjutsu Art of Transformation, 3 Compulsory Devices, multiple purposes in this deck, a Torrential Tribute, and a Solemn Warning. I will be going over the extra deck as well, because it actually does have some stuff in here that you can't just plug and play. Ancient Fairy Dragon at 2. I could probably move this down to 1, but I do like 2, just in case I ever need to make it a second time. 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Arcanite Magician, love dropping this guy, 1 Star Eater. I can drop this guy like first turn all the time. I never do, because it's not a very great card, but it's really nice to put board pressure on, seeing as it can't be negated. 2 Mist Valley Thunderlords, not too much. This card is fantastic in this deck. 2 Lightning Chidori, sorry. Eventually, I'll remember that. 1 Utopia, 1 Abyss Dweller for anytime I come up against Mermills. 1 Harpy's Pet Dragon, almost want to put this to 2. 1 Maestroke, another one that I want to put to 2 but don't really have the room. 1 Shockmaster, and 1 Lavolval Chain. Truth be told, I barely use Lavolval Chain. Like, when I have the option, I pretty much have the option to get whatever I want anyway. But it's in there just in case. Like, this is probably what I'm going to pull for another Shockmaster. Yes. So, what is the primary focus of the deck? Well, it has 2. Now, when I was thinking up this deck, I was thinking, oh, hey, wasn't there that lock deck that can use Apex Avian with the Grandmaster Hanzos? And I think I profiled that on my channel, actually. I really liked that deck, but the thing that it didn't have is plays when it didn't have Hanzo, which was really disappointing. So what I thought was, how else can I use Hanzo? Because, yeah. And then I realized that it can be equal to or less than the total of the Tributed Monster plus 3. So, I can use this guy to search out Mist Valley Falcon. I can use it to search out Dancer. I can even use it to search out Blast Fan. Oh, no, I can't, because it's a spellcaster. I'm wrong. But I can even use it to search out Tengu. Yeah, which is fantastic. All of those things set off the deck. And in addition, I can run Apex Avian, the most majestic chicken of all time. Look at that majestic motherfucker. Uh, yeah. So, with Hanzo in hand, turn 1, I can search out my transformation art, get Apex Avian on the field. If they don't get MST, hand 1, then it'll go off swimmingly, and I'll get out this guy. And if they try to do anything, I'll just negate it. Whatevs. And if I have the field spell, I get to plus off negating it, which is real nice. Then the second half of the deck can pretty much be summed up by these 6 cards, which come on the field as soon as I can get them on the field, because they're really good. They both set off the deck in like crazy ways, Dancer in specific, but the deck can run without it, seeing as Dancer's not out yet. Okay, so a really fun play I like to do is play the field spell here. Summon Dancer, bounce Dancer, and put out, like, if I had a choice, I would put out the Falcon, but sometimes it's just Dancer. And then the field spell triggers on Chainlink 2. Then I special summon out the Blast Fan, bounce the Dancer back to my hand, and synchro up for Arcanite, which puts real good board presence. Or if I have the Falcon, I bounce back, or then I bounce back the Blast Fan and synchro up for Mist Valley Thunderlord, which lets me go off extra amounts of times with this guy right here, because I can bounce it to my hand, and then, yeah. And this deck in particular keeps up insane card advantage. Yeah, like, I can't say enough good things about it. Yeah, the fact that it has a searchable Tengu is really good. Because when you bounce Tengu, you get another Tengu and you get Birdman on the field. Or when you bounce Tengu, you get another Tengu and you get, another search off with Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. Yeah, and the primary purpose of this was to make a really consistent Mist Valley deck. I did several things to mitigate the inconsistencies that not drawing the field spell bring with it. First off, the Hanzos. Second off, the Summoner Monks and the Pathfinder. Now, I really like this combo because it means that I can run essentially 3 without actually running 3. Yeah, so the Pathfinder searches out the field spell. So if I get a Summoner Monk on board, which I can do with Hanzo, or not with Hanzo, which I can use to get Hanzo to get Ninja to my hand, or I can use it to get Pathfinder, or if I've already got the field spell and I don't have any of these 6, I can use it to get one of these guys to the field. In addition, I can get a Blast Fan, which lets me get a quick overlay and lets me get a Birdman, which helps with the bouncing engine that works with the Mist Valleys. Yeah. Rhoda helps to search out Hanzo. Hanzo gets me all of these guys right up here, and also these 2. Hanzo is also just a pretty good beat stick. I've beaten people just by attacking with him. I only run 2 of these, and I honestly don't think I would ever run more than 2. Like, I never need more than 2. Yeah. Also, to help the bounce engine, I have Compulses. Other than just being in the bounce engine, they are phenomenal trap cards. So, there's that too. But they have additional functionality in this deck. These 2 traps are really subjective, but these are the ones I'm running with right now. See, I think I might want to put a Solemn Judgment in. I keep needing it, and yeah, but, you know, these two you can replace with whatever you want. Well, I mean, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! You can replace whatever you want with whatever you want. You can put Ojamas in for these trap cards if you want, but it won't work. Yeah, other than that, the only thing I have left to talk about, I think, is... I should probably preface what the Divine Wind of the Mist Valley actually does for people that don't know. Once per turn, if a face-up wind monster you control is returned to the hand, you can special summon one level 4 or lower wind monster from your deck. Alright, I'm just going to get that out of there before I go ahead and talk about any more stuff, because I didn't mention it. Okay, last thing I think I have to talk about is Mist Valley Apex Avion, the most majestic motherfucker in the entire game. He's a really cool card, and I thought he was cool ever since I've seen him. Alright, so, he has a real broken effect. When an effect is activated, you can select one face-up Mist Valley card you control. Return that Mist Valley card to your owner's hand, or to the owner's hand. Sorry. Negate the effect's activation and destroy the card whose effect was activated. Now, it's worded weird, but what this essentially means is you can negate monster, spell, or trap. Just whenever an effect is activated, you can just be like, no. In one of my duel videos, I did mention that you could negate in chains with this guy, but I was wrong. Yeah. Pretty cool guy, though. He's really good in the Mist Valley archetype itself. Like, if I, and one more broke thing. He can negate at least once per turn, and he can negate by bouncing himself. So if you have the, Divine Mist, or, sorry, I made that confusing. He can bounce himself to negate stuff, so you'll always have at least one negate on board. He can use his effect as many times as he wants. He can bounce Divine Wind of the Mist Valley to negate, so, like, if you attack with him, and my friend James got real salty when I was playing against him with this deck, because I brought out this guy into full back row, and they were all like anti-monster hate, or anti-attack hate, and he got real salty when I played Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, and I had a Falcon on board, and I attacked with Apex Avion. Then he was like, okay, chain. I don't remember what cards he was running, but he was like, chain, and I was like, okay, negate it, and I bounced Falcon to the deck, and then I got out another Falcon, and then I attack, and he's like, okay, I guess chain, and I was like, bounce the Falcon, and then I attack again, and he's like, chain, and I'm like, okay, bounce Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, and then I just stopped attacking. Main phase 2, I played it again, ended my turn. He was real salty. Yeah. The deck does some pretty cool plays like that, where it just negates, like, everything your opponent has. But it can also play around it. Like, if you don't get Hanzo, it's not essential to have it. Yeah. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down below. That's kind of why YouTube is to get information about the decks that I'm running. I've gotten a lot of good suggestions from you guys recently, so keep up the good work. Yeah. Peace out, YouTube.